Welcome back to the old barn on Ann Street. This week we're going to go show you where the work began up in the loft. But before we do that, I need to finish some of my antique shopping. This is one of my favorite places in Shelburne. One of my favorite people. I have a lot of favorite people in Shelburne, but there's only one who's convinced me to look after her cats when she's on holidays. So I promised Ingrid I wouldn't show her on screen very much. So I'm just going to show you around her store a little bit. And she opened this pop-up antique store about a month ago. It's open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 12 until 4. But you should come and check it out, not just once, but over and over again, because there's always new things here. There's something interesting. I love Ingrid's style. I love the way she displays things. I love the things that she buys. I love the things that she likes to sell. And if you're not necessarily in the market for an antique or anything, just come down and check it out. You'll love hanging out with Ingrid. You'll love hearing her laugh. You'll have a great conversation. But this store is just another example of a lot of the amazing things happening in Shelburne, why this is a great place to live, and for you, a great place to come and visit. I'd love to have you come and visit this store. So now let's head over to the barn. I want to show you where the work began last year. When we started work in the loft, it was a lot of work, but I think you'll enjoy the outcome. So here we are up in the loft. Today's job is to address the floor in the upper section of the loft. There are actually two levels here up in the loft. And in the upper section, which is the oldest part of the barn, is the ceiling is right above where Janet's studio is and will be. What we need to do today is to address the floor. We're not sure what we're going to do in the future in this loft, but we do know that there are some soft spots in the floor where the 100 and 200-year-old wood is just kind of starting to sag a little bit. And so we want it to be sturdy. We want it to be strong for whatever we do in the future. So today we're gonna start working on fixing that, strengthening the floor, and let me show you what that's going to look like. So you can see the step up to the upper level of the barn. What we've done is we've cleaned it all out, got out all the old stuff, furniture, wood, everything. Got it ready for repair. Found a nice little horseshoe among many other things there, but I guess we'll take that as good luck. So we've installed some temporary lighting so we can see up here as well. The plan is, so we want to make the floor sturdy, but we also want to keep the historical look. And since the floor is in two layers, I mean, you can see right here, there's two layers of flooring. What we're going to do is take off the top layer, put down a layer of 3/4 inch particle board 4x8 sheets, and then reapply these same boards back on top. So when you see it from the top, it will still have the same look as the old boards do now. And when you look at it from the bottom up, which is what you're seeing when you're looking at the ceiling downstairs, you'll also see the old wood, but it will have that layer in between, which will keep it nice and sturdy. And so that's what we're doing. We've ordered the wood. It should be delivered in a couple days. And pretty soon, now that we've got the lighting in here, we're going to do some patchwork, start pulling up these boards, and we'll get at it. So here we are, almost halfway through the process of strengthening the floor up here in the loft. This kind of shows you the different stages of what we're doing. Over here, it's still the original old flooring. Here, you can begin to see there's some pieces taken out here. So we're into the bottom layer of flooring. The reason why that is because this used to be a door. And so when the door came in, the door wasn't strong enough to hold the strength there. So we redid the bottom pieces there. So you can see the bottom layer. That's what you'll be able to see looking up from the studio down below. Here is the flooring, the subfloor that we're putting in here between the two layers, so it's laid in its place. And then here you can see we've replaced some of the original boards. So it starts looking like that, then it looks like that, and then that, and then that. So eventually, when it's all said and done, all you'll be able to see is this, and the floor will be much, much sturdier and stronger. So it's going pretty well. It's taken a long time. It's a lot of work. It's a hot day in the middle of the summer of July, and there are no windows, not many windows in here, so it's hot and muggy and rainy today. But we were also finding that we wanted to use as many older nails as possible. We couldn't find the black square head nails that were within our budget and that we could get in time. So we did find some square head nails that are old, but they're marine nails. So they're for this obviously in a shipbuilding area. They're galvanized, so you can use them in a water spot. So we've used those here. You can see the heads of the square nails there. They are very hard to nail in. I mean, they're really hard, and so it takes a lot of energy to do that. So it's just one of the steps of the process. It's going well. One more day, we'll show you. We'll keep showing you what happens. So that was the first couple days of work in the loft. I hope you enjoyed that. Now here's a clip for next week, some of the work we're going to do then. Thank you for joining us this week on the old barn on Ann Street. We'd love to see you again next week. Why don't you just click the picture of the barn and then subscribe, then you'll never miss an episode. But we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us this week.
I'm just kidding though.
Just do this. There's the rabbit.
The rabbit.
The rabbit, yeah. Okay.